What's up, everybody? Welcome to phase 2, day 2 of our installment here. So today we're going to need roller and then either 2 blocks or anything that you can elevate your legs on. So you'll see what I mean there, but just 2 to 3 inches of elevation for both legs. Cool, so let's get started here. So first thing that we're going to do, we're going to attack those ankles. So we're going to use those blocks first. So we're going to elevate them just between our calf and our Achilles here. Hands can go off to the side, in front here, it doesn't matter. So what we're going to do, we're going to do ankle cars. So first movement, toes back towards your face, pull your feet towards your face. Then we're going to come in, toes are still pulled back to our face. Once we get in, now imagine like we got a towel underneath our toes, we're going to grab them. Grab them and squeeze as hard as you can. You're going to catch a cramp in your arch, which is okay. You can go nice and slow, controlled rotations. Trying to move from the ankle, not from the tibia or femur. All the way around, nice and slow. And then once you get wide, you can go back toes to face. That cramp should release. We're going to do it again. All the way in. Squeeze the toes down, nice and hard. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. It's okay if you're cramping. Fight through it, fight through it, fight through it. Nothing bad is going to happen. Fight through it all the way around. Keep it squeezed. Once we get wide, then toes back to the face. It should feel good. Get that release. One more. All the way in. Squeeze down. Hard as we can, hard as we can, hard as we can. Fight through it, fight through it, fight through it. Get some little snap, crackle, pop. I know I am. All the way around. Toes back to face. Shake them out. Now we're going to go the other way. So toes to face as wide as you can. Once we get as wide as we can, now we grab in. All the way around. Good controlled circular rotations. Try and keep the feet in the same movement pattern. And then all the way in. Now toes back to face. You should notice that the cramp is getting a little more dull, a little less, but you're squeezing even harder now. The body is adapting, getting a little more range, a little more pressure, opening up space. Good. One more here. All the way around, squeeze in, hard as you can, hard as you can, hard as you can. Fight through that cramp, fight through it, fight through it, fight through it. You can do it. Last one here, fight through it all the way. Good. Now shake them out. Forward, back, dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, in and out. A couple times each way, get a little snap, crackle, pop. Then that's going to lead us into a half kneel. We're going to stay on that block just on one side. I'm going to go right leg forward. You can choose. I know my right ankle's worse. Let's go after our ankle with less dorsiflexion, which is when we're bent here. Toes towards those face. So same hand of that side is on the knee, opposite by that Achilles, trying to keep that heel down, getting a good stretch. After we get our good stretch here, we're staying in it, I'm just explaining, we're going to a pail and rail. Pail, toes driving through the block. Rail trying to lift them up. They're not going to go anywhere, it's the attempt. Lift off, we're going to feel that ankle joint closing there. So we're driving down, driving down, driving down, and then once we get it, we're trying to close that angle. So here we go, right into our pail. 20, just the toes driving in, 40, 60, 80, hard as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, toes to face, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe and sink in deeper. Got one more. Remember, filling up that belly from the bottom all the way up to the chest when we're breathing. In through the nose, then out through the mouth. Remember, it leads through the belly, starts through the belly, and then we fill up that whole belly into our diaphragm, into the chest. All right, here we go. Number 2, 20, drive down, 40, 60, 80, hard as we can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, try left, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sink in and ease out. Good job. It's all about effort, fellas. Remember that. If we're doing this, giving half-assed effort, we can get half-assed results or no results whatsoever. All these movements, what you put in is what you get out of it. So don't waste your time here. Not wasting my time. I'm making this video for multiple people here. Not wasting my time at all. I'm getting something out of this right now because I'm putting effort in. So make sure you guys are too. That's not calling you out. I'm just trying to give you some advice. So we're going to get into that deep stretch. Hand or forearm pushing. I like the forearm. It gives me more leverage. Pushing that knee forward. You can see how much farther my knee likes to go forward here. It's that ankle range of motion, that dorsiflexion on my left side versus right side. So we're going to stay in that stretch. Use the breath. Sink in deeper. All right, here we go. First PAIL, 20 down, 40, 60, 80, hard as we can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, try left, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, good. Sink in deeper, use the breath. Good, deep breaths. Stay in control, stay with the breath, stay with the stretch. Here we go, last PAIL and rail here, 20, 40, 60, drive, 80, hard as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, try left, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, sink in and ease out. Good, you can shake it out, do what you need. Next thing we're gonna do here, we're gonna get a little bit of reverse Nordics. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna be down, sitting down on the heels, feet underneath us, top of the feet underneath us, and lean back. Get that good stretch, then come back up strong. Try and keep those shoulders stacked over those hips as much as you can on that reverse Nordic, and then come up the same way. We're gonna do one more, just 3 reps here. See where you're feeling this. Are you feeling it more in the quads, more in the ankles, the toes? That's gonna be our limiting factor for this movement in itself. And then come back up. Good, now from there, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go into our half frog position here with the roller. So, preferably have a roller. If you don't, we'll just get in a stretch. So the stretch will just look like this. And then when I lean out with the roller and go over, you can just hit some rock overs. But I'm gonna put the roller underneath that ankle so we have room to roll over. So we're just gonna start in that good stretch here. I don't really care where this back toe is. Right now my toes are dug in. Top of the foot can be on the ground as well. It's your choice. Staying in the stretch. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna get 5 rollouts. So roll out as far as you can, bring it back in. Each time we should be able to get a little bit more. Applying pressure to the roller when we are doing this. I'm on 4, you should be 3, 4, 5 right here on the reps. Once I get out, I'm just gonna stay out there, come back in. Now reset the roller, because now we have a little more range for our PAIL and rail. You want it just above the ankle, between that ankle and calf, almost where we were doing those ankle cars, but now on the inside of our leg. So PAIL, remember, down and then in, rail, trying to widen. So PAIL, we're gonna feel in that adductor. Rail, we're gonna feel in the outside of that hip, that glute med. So here we go, 20, down and in, 40, Break that roller. 60, 80, hard as we can. If you're not shaking, you're faking for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try left, try left, try left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sink in deeper. Stay in that stretch. Use your breath. Ready, number 2, 20, 40, 60, we're shaking 80, hard as we can. 8, 7, 6, drive. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try left, try left, try left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sink a little deeper for 5, 2, 1. Ease out of it. And let's go to our other side. Now we know what we're doing. Exact same thing on the other side here. So we'll start out on that ankle. Stay in the stretch just to start before we do our rollouts. Get that good breath. Control the breath, control the heart rate, control your life. Here we go. Roll out and then back. 5 good reps here. Get a little more range with each rep. You can get that instant feedback. Notice where the roller ends on your leg. You can get a little bit farther each time. At some point, you're going to hit that end range. That's why we'll do our pail and rail. We'll get a little more range after that. That was 4 for me. I've got 1 more. If you're done, just hold on a second. Wait for the crew. Good. So now let's get our setup. Get it out between that calf and that ankle. Get loaded up. And we're going to hit our first pail and rail here. Ready? 20, 40, drive down in 60, 80. We're shaking hard as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try left, try left, try left. 5, 4, breathe. 3, 2, 1, and sink deeper. Use the breath. Body's gonna naturally let yourself go a little bit deeper after a pail and a rail. All right, here we go. Second one. 20, 40, roll into it faster. 60, 80, shake it hard as we can. 8, 7, drive. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try left, try left, try left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sink deeper. Ease out of it. Nice job. Good. We're going to give our adductors a little bit break here. We're going to go into a little prayer stretch. So let's use our roller to do this. So when we're talking prayer stretch, we're going to be the top of our feet on the ground there, heels sitting back, arms out straight. I'm going to use that roller to roll forward and then back. So this is going to be a smaller range of motion. I'm going from the middle of my hands basically to my wrist, dropping my head in between because I want to stay seated on my heels here. That's the whole purpose of it. So I'm going to get 5 reps here where I'm out and then in. It's almost like I'm shrugging, like I was holding a bar and we're getting scat pull-ups. That's basically the same movement here. Protract, retract back in, try to keep that head through. 5 reps. Then I'm going to angle it at a 45, so now I'm going to get more of my left lat over here on the side. So whatever arm is on the inside, that's the side we're working here. So I'm going to get that same movement, go to a stretch, not to pain. So if you feel that good stretch, don't go any further. Same thing, 5 reps. Then we do the same thing the other way, 5 reps. Good, now that we got our rollouts, now we're gonna hit our pail and rail. So for the pail, it's going to be, we're gonna use the roller for feedback. So those hands are gonna be driving into the roller, trying to break the roller. Then on the rail, we're gonna try and lift those hands off the roller. If we're in a deep enough stretch, which we all should be, our hands should not be able to leave the roller. If they can, that's either really impressive or we're not doing it right. So it doesn't mean you're wrong if you can, but make sure you're in that full stretch. Don't come out of the stretch just to get your hands off the ground. So I'm gonna sit back, I'm gonna get as far out as I can while still staying on my heels, head through, arms fully extended on that roller. This is our stretch. Feel that belly expand as we breathe in. Exhale out. Belly deflates like a balloon. One more, breathe in. Out. So now we're gonna get our first pail and rail, driving into that roller, down, ready, 20, 40, 60, 80, hard as you can for 5, 4, drive it in, 3, 2, 1, try left, try left, try left, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deeper stretch. Use that breath. Ready, here we go. 20 down, 40, 60, 80, hard as you can. 6, 5, 4, if we're not shaking, we're faking. 3, 2, 1, try left, try left, try left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deeper stretch. Roll that roller out a little farther if you can. Should have released a little bit, able to get a little more range. After that, roll forward and ease out of it. Good job. Now, next thing we have here, we're gonna get into a bear position, which is a open butterfly position, more or less. So, butterfly would be here, feet are just gonna be a little bit farther forward and we're gonna be open in between. So, first thing we're gonna get here, we're gonna get some pails and rails. Forearms are going to be on the knees. So, we're going to get in a full stretch as much as you can, driving the knees out. The pail will be driving in, the rail will be trying to separate from the forearms. The forearms are gonna stay where they were pressing in, the knees are gonna try and separate from them. If we can separate from the forearms, we're probably not in a deep enough stretch. You shouldn't be able to get separation from them until the end, and then we'll just move our forearms back out to gain our new range. So, it's gonna be forearms, hands can be on the shins where I'm gonna be so I can stay nice and upright in a good posture. I'm gonna be driving out in a good stretch. So, here's my pail. I'm going to make sure my forearms are not moved by my legs, but my legs are gonna be driving into them. So here we go, 20, 40, 60, 80, hard as we can. If we're not shaking, we're faking for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try and separate them off the forearms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deeper stretch. Use those forearms to sink in deeper. You should have got a little release there. Use that breath. We're going to do one more out of these. Ready, here we go. Drive in 20, 40, 60, 80. Hard as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try and separate. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Deeper stretch if you can. Now from there, we're gonna actually come into our butterfly position. And we're gonna do our swimmers. So remember, For guys that have done these before, big key with it, stay nice and upright. Arms are going to be fingers interlocked, hands behind our head. What we're gonna do, we're gonna open up, hands off, open, like we're going through quicksand. Then we're going to flip our hands behind us. Nice and slow, eventually we have to bend them. We're going to interlock the fingers again. Try and bring them up as high as you can on your back, off the back, reverse. Nice, slow and controlled. That's one. We're gonna do 3 more. So off, open, nice, slow, controlled. Reverse, slow and controlled. That's 1 out of our new 3. Here's number 2. Tension the whole time. You can have tension and go at a good pace as long as you keep tension. You never want to get loose. With those arms, we're trying to open up. 2 good reps there. If you're not done with 2, that's fine. Here's number 3. You're on your own pace. Slow and steady wins the race. Controlled, back to the start. That's a good job. Now from there, you can shake it out a little bit. We're going to get in our frog position. So that's going to be our knees as wide as we can. Feet flat underneath us on the inside of our arches. On our forearms, sitting back as deep as we can. If you have tight adductors like myself, it's gonna feel like they're ripping apart on this. That's okay. You shouldn't be going through extreme pain, but a little discomfort is what it takes sometimes. Remember, our PAILS are going to be driving the knees down and in. Our rails are going to be trying to separate the knees, separate the mat, whatever you have underneath you. Here we go, number 1. Down and in, 20, 40, 60, ramping it up, 80. We're shaking hard as we can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try wide for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sink it a little deeper. Use that breath. Ready, number 2, 20, 40, 60, 80, hard as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try wide, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sink in deeper. Stay in this stretch for a second. We're going to do 1 more pail and rail. Try and sit back a little bit more. Ready, 20, 40, 60, 80, shaking hard as you can. Keep driving, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try to spread the floor apart for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sink in deeper and stretch. 5, 3, 2, 1. Ease out of it. Nice and easy. Sink out of it. Extend up on those hips, side to side. Go a little round and round the worlds. Little anterior, posterior pelvic tilts. Get about 3 and 3. Good. Good. Shake out the upper body just a little bit. Next, we're gonna do some cat-cows. So, big thing, get start arched, extend up, spine through the sky, and bring it on back. Drive through the hands to come up. When we're in this position, let's get a 80% drive where our knees and hands are driving down and out in this position. So spine through the sky, driving down and out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, good. Now let's get into our camel cow right here, arched. Now we're gonna try and drive our hands and knees down and in, ready? 80% for 5, drive, 4, 3, 2, 1, good. Now we're gonna go back, one more of each. Round, spine to the sky. Driving down and out, ready? 5, 80% for 4, 3, 2, 1, good. Arch into our camel. Down and in with our hands and knees, ready? 20, we're going 80%, ready, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax, ease out of it. Now we're gonna grab our block or whatever object that we have. We're gonna set it wide. We're gonna put our foot right on it on the side, just like we were in that half frog position. From here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna lift up, extend, lift back, down. Lift up, extend, back, down. One more, lift up, extend, back, down. Now we're gonna start with our toe behind it. We're gonna lift up and over, touch our heel, lift up and over, back, 2 more. Up, over, touch, up, over, back, last one. Up, over, touch, up, over, and back. Don't touch it like I did. So then we're gonna switch to the other side. First one, that foot's back on the block. Lift up as high as you can. Bend, keep tension. Back, touch down. 2 more. Lift up, bend, tension. Extend, down. Lift up, bend, extend, down. Now our toe behind it. Lift up, touch the heel in front. Back, toe, up, heel, back, toe, just tap, tap, tap-a-roo. 1 more, heel, and toe. Nice job. Now for our little finisher, get that out of the way. We'll go legs nice and wide. Let's see what we got today with these. Should be getting a little bit better. So let's get as wide as we can to start. So we can get our 60%. Let's go 80 this week. We're learning how to do it. Trust you all. So we're gonna go 80% down and in. Ready, go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try and widen for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now get a little wider. Hands down if you need. That's what I'm gonna do so I can get a little more range. And I trust it a little bit more. Same concept, 80%, so start with our 20, 40, 60, now we're at 80. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try and widen, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Let's rotate to our left. nice and long. The first 3 seconds, I'm gonna try and claw in with the front heel, back toes for 3, 2, 1. Now separate. Sink in, use your breath, hold it. Hold it. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Now switch it to the other side, nice and easy. Rotate it through. Same concept, I'm gonna claw first. So clawing in for 3, 2, 1. Now separate. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it on down. That's a good session. Namaste, motherfuckers.